Okay then. So the end is, I would say, quite expressly nigh, but we're not quite out of the woods yet. We've still got to go round up a few, you know, willing volunteers to throw themselves upon the proverbial knife in order to save the entire town from certain doom. That's our goal, and we have about 12 hours to achieve it. As I say, I think I'm just going to start by hitting the most relevant people, the people who are in fact my bound and who are sort of set up as being the bad guys who, perhaps have a guilty conscience or whatever and will be willing to take this hit. So I'm starting with Yulia. Hello.
What?
Here comes the girl destined to disprove my tripwise of fate theory. Yulia, listen to me. I'm the harbinger of your death. You can choose what it will be like. I've already made my choice. I'll succumb to the rheumatoid arthritis at roughly the same age Simon was when he passed away. Alright, calm down. Also, does rheumatoid arthritis ever kill you? Is that a thing? I mean, I know it will, basically immobilize you eventually, but, I don't think it kills you. There's a different way you can become like Simon, to become someone that much more like him. Will you agree to sacrifice yourself for the sake of the people and be glorified as a champion of faith? That doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. I wouldn't mind a finale this dramatic. I shall lay my hands on you and give you a chance to die like Simon Kane died, if you agree, like he did, to give your blood to those in thirst. Those in thirst. Happy days. Do you have many such associates? You're laughing, but you shouldn't. Simon's blood was used to create a medicine that saved many from the infection. As what I've heard, his blood was not consistent with any previously observed hematic biometry profile. I think I know what it is that you want now, but what gives you the idea that my blood is uncommon in the same way? I don't think I know it for certain. Do you agree then? Sure, why not? You know very well that it's near impossible to refuse your requests. Makes me wonder why you even ask. And you won't go back on your promise now. You heard what I said, Clara, and it's not in my nature to change my mind. I'd like to have a little recuperative shut-eye now, if you don't mind. Yes, take a rest. You're exhausted. Interesting. I still require 5 more bound ones, okay. I'm gonna... Why is my controller being a dick today? It keeps cutting out. It did it just before the video started as well. Right, we're good now. We're good. We're good. I'm gonna try and keep my wire straight. Yeah, I definitely need a new controller, man. I've been saying this for literally years at this point, but it works fine most of the time, and then occasionally it just decides to have a bad day, you know? Anyway, I don't know if I get much say in who it is, if there's specific people who'll be willing to do this, or if I get a choice in the matter. I feel a bit bad picking Yulia, because she doesn't seem like a particularly bad person. She gives money to charity at one point in the Bachelor's campaign. She's, clearly a smart, motivated woman who, is willing to look at things skeptically, unlike most people in this game. Okay, that was nothing to do with me. That one wasn't my fault. Why did the game just minimize that time? What was that about? I've had this game fuck up a lot in the past, but it's usually because I'm playing it wrong. But that time it just I definitely wasn't clicking out of the screen, I'll tell you that much. I don't know what it thought it was doing that time, honestly. Anyway, my train of thought was just completely derailed, but I guess our next port of call is going to be to the Sabarovs, who are sort of top of my list for people to sacrifice if we have to sacrifice people, you know? Katerina?
Can you see now where it is all going?
I feel uneasy. Katerina, listen to me. I'm the harbinger of your death. You can choose what it will be like. Let me take a good look at you again, my dear girl. Yes, it's all happened as preordained, and not at all as I anticipated. Yet again, I have nothing to reproach fate for. All the signs are in place. A young mistress, my successor. How must I go? Would you like to die as a martyr and a champion of faith? Would you like to save thousands of lives instead of the thousands of lost lives you bear the blame for? Yes, I would. I shall lay my hands on you and give you a chance to die like Simon Cain died, if you agree, like he did, to give your blood to those in thirst. And I shall depart to the land of shadows, not as a fiend fooled by a rat, but as a martyr who has paid for his sins with blood that can heal. I agree. It's a dignified death. Do what you must. It won't happen right now, but soon enough. Whatever you say, my dear girl. Do you agree? I do. When you become their ruler, be kind and fair. Stay true to yourself. Don't take the path Nina took. Work your miracles if you can, and don't yield to temptations. And you won't go back on your promise tomorrow. Of course not, silly girl. Till tomorrow then, Katerina. We're just going to pretend we didn't see that army guy just fall out of the sky as the game was loading in. That definitely didn't happen. Only normal things happen around here. Only normal things. Hey, your wife just agreed to sacrifice herself. Will you do the same? I'm tired. Listen to me, I'm the harbinger of your death. You can choose what it will be like. Yes, everyone must pay their dues. It is fair that you should be the one bringing the news. I've betrayed and renounced you. Why did you do that? Because I've seen in you a sign of my defeat. It was no coincidence that you came to our house, the girl that doomed our entire town. I made one last attempt to avoid that path. I struggled to be defiant. In vain. What's doomed is doomed. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. No, only my duty as a ruler compelled me to act as I have. You may not believe it, but over these days I've grown to love you. I have always wanted us so badly to have a daughter, a young Mistress Sabarova. You deserve to die, and yet I shall give your death that will end your path as a ruler with honor and allow you to fulfill your duty. Death will be a welcome way out for me. Your solution will be better than a bullet to the head, will it not? It will. I shall lay my hands on you and give you a chance to die like Simon Cain died, if you agree, like he did, to give your blood to those in thirst. How will it happen? Every drop of your blood will be turned into a medicine that will save the town. You will have accomplished your mission as a ruler. It's the best death I could wish for. Better than the most humane mercy. Do you agree? I agree, and I'm grateful to you. And you won't go back on your promise tomorrow? Of course. No, excuse me, Clara. I'd like to be alone. Farewell. I want to try. I'm pretty certain it's only going to let me choose from amongst my own bound. But I know Peter Stammerton is a man who's basically suicidal. Loves his creation so much that he can't bear to see it destroyed, but also hates what he thinks it did to the town, or what in fact it maybe did do to the town. So if someone's going to accept this, then maybe he's a good choice for it. PT boy.
Truth is foundation, and the reason of...
Okay. Andre, are you any more receptive?
Leaving the polyhedron. Should I just give
No.
up?
Okay, so it has to be my bound. But I don't need to sacrifice all of them, right? I need... Is it 4 more at this point? Is it 4 more? 3. I need 3 more. And we've still got Bad Grief, Reuben, Aspity, Anna Angel, Lara Ravel to pick from. Like, I don't get why Lara's on this list, because everyone else is, like, people who have done bad things in their past, but Lara, like, unless I missed something major with her, she just seems like a genuinely good-natured person who just wants to help the needy. Like, I don't know why she's on this list at all, so she's definitely not going to be my pick. So if I've got to pick 3 more, Grief, Aspity Angel, I think. I don't know if Ruben's still even available, or if he's been murderized for, you know, going against the Kane's wishes. And if he is available, then, you know, he's like one of the only competent doctors and scientists in the town, so getting rid of him seems like a bad move. And I really don't want to get rid of Lara, so yeah, I think I'm going to try for Anna Angel, Aspity, and Bad Grief. And if all of them agree, then cool, and if some of them don't agree, then we'll have to try and look into our remaining options. Madam Angel is just around the corner here. Asperty's just down south, and then it's a short walk to Grieve. It's actually pretty convenient how close everyone is to each other, actually. Worked out quite nicely. I'd say after this we're still going to have to do the rounds and do the curing, but I think I'm going to wait till the final day for that, just so I know exactly how much I need to deal with. I will save just beforehand, just on the off chance that I do need to get more Schmauder, but I think what I've got will probably do me.
What?
I can read your fate in your eyes. Or my fate, in fact. Listen to me, Anna, I am the harbinger of your death. You can choose what it will be like. I want my death to be painless. Can you make me die without suffering? Would you like to die a champion and a martyr? Would you like to save thousands of children's lives? Is that even possible? I shall lay my hands on you and give you a chance to die like Simon Kane died. If you agree like he did, to give your blood to those in thirst. I hate how that line is identical in every single conversation. I'm getting tired of reading the same thing over and over again. Are you going to go take my blood? All of it, Anna. And you'll feel no pain, only joy. I believe you. You agree? If you promise me that my name will be remembered kindly, let me be remembered as a singer. And you won't go back on your promise tomorrow? No, I won't. We'll all die, Anna. Rejoice, for I'm giving you the longest deferment. Yeah, Anna, it turned out, wasn't as bad as we thought she was, but she still does clearly carry a lot of guilt for what happened to the children and everything, so like I still think she's a better choice than Lara. I just don't get how Lara wound up in this company. I feel like I must have missed something with her. She must have done something really bad that we just don't know about, but as it stands, I have no reason to sacrifice her, so I'm not gonna. There's a rat chasing me. Don't like that at all. Wanna get slapped? Getting pretty good at that. We're getting pretty good at that, I think. Come on, you gotta give me my dues. That was a 180 rat slap. Like, you don't see that very often. It does seem easier with a controller, actually. Combat in general, I don't know why. It shouldn't be easier with a controller, but I get a better feel of it somehow. Slightly better at the spacing and stuff when I'm using a controller. I guess I can sort of... There's more... like... analog sticks allow a little bit more freedom of
Soldiers rose up
velocity,
against one
I guess.
another. They say it's because of the bull.
You win, don't you? Asperty, listen to me. I'm the harbinger of your death. You can choose what it will be like. Isn't that a little presumptuous? I may yet be the harbinger of yours. Pointless bravado. Or are you trying to save face? No, not at all. Well then, let's get started. Will I have time to curse you before I die? Depends on what you choose. Would you like, instead of returning to the earth, to dissolve into the people of the kin and serve Barak, its new foreman? Hey, that sounds attractive. Yes, I prefer a death like that to any other. Was it your doing? Yes. Tell me what you want from me. I shall lay my hands on you and give you a chance to die, like Simon Kane died, if you agree, like he did, to give your blood to those in thirst. What does Simon have to do with it? A human who tried on the head of Bose will forever remain human, even if the head did fit. I'm already flesh of his flesh. Are you going to give me his blood too? I can see in your eyes you know the answer already. I do. Well, such is my fate, it seems. Will the sacrifice be made the moment you lay your hands on me? I won't let you get away, so do you agree? Do I have a choice, mistress? I can't escape you. Still, tell me, Asperty, are you really Earthborn? Are you really a magical being fashioned from clay? Am I really being asked this by a mistress? Now, what could I answer that would comfort you? No, of course not. I was born and have lived for all these years as human, or maybe not. Maybe I've turned into one. I've changed. I was just trying on your laurels. I was, if you like, a kind of Viscerin while you were absent. A changeling. Sly answer and ambiguous. I agree regardless. I like this finale. It seems quite natural. You're scaring me. This is the outcome no one has been able to predict. Was that a yes? It felt like a yes, but she was talking in riddles a lot more than everyone else. Yeah, one more then. I think Bad Grief is the least likely to accept this, but like, even though he is like the most outwardly criminal of all the people in the town, he like has his own moral code, right? He refuses to use knives and everything. He's more a thief than a murderer generally. He defends his own and everything. So maybe he'll be willing to make the sacrifice. Maybe he will not. Maybe we'll have to see if Ruben's alive, and if he isn't, then just bite the bullet and sacrifice Lara. Who knows? But hopefully we can just get Grief on side, and all of this is just theoretical. And did my hunger get so high, man? And the munchies. There we go. And enough food left to get me through day 12 as well, I think, so. Hooray! We've done it. We've done it, as long as nothing truly heinous happens to us. You know, before we go ask Bad Grief to sacrifice himself, a man surrounded by armed guards, maybe we'll just quickly save, you know? Just quickly. Just in case, you know? For the last, 15 minutes will be worth it. They'll be cemented as the true facts that actually happened. Now, it is weird, because, I mean, the Changelings bound are obviously sort of relatively sinister beings on the whole, but I'm going into the wrong compound here, but they all seem to be like good people deep down, you know what I mean? They all seem to have like their own guilts and their own crosses to bear, so to speak, but none of them seem to be actually bad people, whereas a lot of the bachelors, and even the Harrispexes, even though the Harrispexes are all children, they do seem a lot more manipulative and controlling and stuff. Like, they might actually be the worst people at the end of the day.
Yeah, I sleep when I'm dead.
Everybody dies, don't we? Each will die as he's lived. Some will ascend, but down is the only direction for others, eh? Listen to me, Grief. I'm the harbinger of your death. What it will be like is up to you. I've been expecting something like that. One can spot our mistress to be from the verst away. Do the speaking, then I'm all ears. You want to die a champion, a martyr, and a saviour to your people? Yes, mistress, that's exactly how I'd like to die. Like I ever could. I'm going to lay my hands on you and give you a chance to die as Simon Cain died, if you agree to sate the thirsty with your blood like he did. Why does Grief get a different line? Why is his very slightly different to everyone else's? Simon was a demigod. His blood... I've heard from Stark about his blood. His was no blood of a human. There's blue blood, and then there's silver blood, eh? And that's what his was. I'll lay my hands on you, and your veins will be filled with the golden and silver and blue blood. Cut yourself and you'll see. With blood like that, cutting myself would be wasteful. So you agree? I do. Do I even have a choice, eh? Indeed, I'll even be grateful to you. And you won't renounce that tomorrow? I won't, mistress. You better not. Goodbye. This is the end. Aglaya commands me to leave the town at once, but why? What's wrong with my strategy? Is this because my plan answers the goals of the powers that be too well? What kind of an inquisitor is she? She's nothing but a vengeful, malicious imposter. What can I do now but collapse? That's... This. I think it just... I think it bugged. I think it gave me the wrong text. I am going to return to Block, though, because he's the one who I was telling about all this. I don't know if we're actually done with this objective for the day because my quest log is being broken, but I am so fucking lost this way. But if we're returning to anyone, then I think it's going to be Block, right? That makes the most sense to me. I'm just intrigued. Hang on. He's still alive. Good to know. I'm not going to tell him to sacrifice himself. As I say, town needs more doctors. As has been very evident over the last 11 days. Perhaps a few more doctors would have made life a lot easier for everyone, but... a bit late for that now. Who's shooting and why? Put your guns away, pals. It's not necessary. Hey, just on the off chance. Just on the off chance. I've got shit all to trade anyway, right? These might be worth 2 each, though. They are, yeah. So I've got 2, 4, 7. I'm actually not far off another Schmauder. Not far off. Too far off, but not far off. I don't think I'm going to get the ingredients together today. I mean, I probably could if I was really trying to min-max it, you know? Scope out all the bins and everything and find out which ones have needles and other such tradables in them, but... I think realistically, outside of doing that, my chances of getting another Schmauder at this point are pretty slim, but I really don't think I'm going to need one. I really don't think I am. I know Sticky's ill, I think. Why's my reputation going down, man? Why is that happening? I've been a good boy. I guess I've not killed a knife man in a while. I've been busy with other things.
So, there's a mutiny. We thinned out the ranks of marauders, but now they've got new blood.
Why are you here? I found the 7 people. That quickly? Yes, I'm quick. You've just been here and said there were sinners in the town, 9 in total who could sacrifice themselves for the cause of obtaining transformed blood. Sadly, you said some of them were already incurably ill. You even hinted that their disease had been a consequence of your visit. What? You name names. Rubin, Foreman Oyun, the Sabarovs. I've heard about these. Then Anna, Yulia, Raspati, Lava and Grief. You said some of them were ill now. But it wasn't me. My eyes weren't lying to me. It was you. You described the way you could transform their blood so that it could be used to create a vaccine for the entire population. You left and came back a quarter of a minute later. No, that was her again, my abhorrent doppelganger. It was she who infected my bound. Tomorrow, you'll have to bring them back to life. It's the only hope I have left. Shit. Are all 9 of them actually going to get infected? Because that's going to be fucking impossible. Presumably they're not infected yet. They're not infected yet, no. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. And it's a little bit cheesy, but sometimes a little bit cheesy is what you have to do to get by, you know? I'm going to save, and I'm going to literally just sleep until tomorrow and see who gets infected. Because if it's all 9 of them, then I need to make more preparations. But if it's not, then fuck it. And obviously I won't commit to the sleeping for however many hours it takes, because that's going to absolutely tank my stats, and I might miss a few bits and pieces as well. But it's just to scope out what's going to happen tomorrow. I imagine some of them will get infected based on that, but surely not all 9 of them. Surely not. That would be a fucking crime. I mean, if I'm sleeping in one of their houses, they surely can't get infected anyway, right? Or else the game would get really upset. Excuse me, Yulia, just want to borrow your bed. Okay. Sleep 6 hours. Sleep 6 hours. I'm not sure if it's midnight or if it's like 7 AM that infection updates.
The day is over.
Sleep
Your timely efforts allowed your support
4
to
hours.
remain unharmed.
None of this is canon, don't worry about it. Ignore what the guy's saying. It's not relevant. Okay. Literally no one is infected. Literally no one is infected. It was a lie. The whole thing was a lie. Let's roll back then and actually play the rest of this day out. I mean, technically I could probably at this point just fast forward to the end of the day and finish the game up, but I don't know exactly how things are going to play out from here, so in the interest of my own sanity, let's continue to play the game properly, right? Let's continue to not do anything stupid. I want to get my reputation back up a little bit, so I'm going to go hunting for knife guys. Might buy a little bit more food. Probably won't need it, but you never know. Maybe some bandages as well. Excuse me, fellas. Should probably be checking bins, just in case there's Schmauder tradables about. You gonna flamethrower that dude as well? Yeah, it's gonna let that happen before I try and pass. Okay. God, they're expensive. How are my stats actually right now? I could use a little bit of a boost to immunity. My health is mostly fine. Exhaustion's creeping up. We will actually have to sleep fairly soon, but yeah, it's mostly just reputation that needs dealing with. I don't know what I was about to save then. I literally saved like 2 minutes ago. Just get a little bit paranoid sometimes, you know? Understandably so, I would say, because you can just die in an instant in this game. Even when you're doing everything right. Like, I could just happen to be walking past here when this guy decides he's going to let his flamethrower off and he could just murder me. Like, could be that simple. I guess I'll take more water bottles. I don't... Things are happening. Things are happening and I don't like it. And just take these. Take the hazelnuts as well. Schmauder tradables. Did that? Yeah, it did hit my immunity. Cool. I'm determined not to let my immunity drop. Like it's hot or otherwise. Right, where's not awful at the moment? Not that side of town, that's for damn sure. I guess we'll head down south and just hang out. Just gonna hang out. Look for some knifey boys to deal with. Just play a little bit of relaxing Pathologic. We can't head down south this way. There's not an available path for such things. Whoopsie. You'd think I'd have learnt this map by now, but there's still some bits where I've just like never tried to walk before. They're certainly not regularly enough to have committed them to memory anyway. This guy's just burning down the theatre. Fuck you, fine art. No time for that. Your performances are confusing and I don't like them. Give me something more straightforward. Oh, we just got a ladder. We just got a ladder. See? I knew skipping everything wouldn't be the solution. Just trying to get to a place where I'm less likely to die, you know, before I start stopping to read letters. 2 letters, in fact. These better not be a bachelor in Harris specs bollocks again, because I'm just not going to do it this time. Block is looking for the bachelor. I'm on the verge of despair, Clara. There are hardly any men left who are faithful to me. Patrocles betrayed me. Who the fuck is Patrocles? And is now leading the mutineers. I'm getting more exhausted by the passing hour. The bachelor is in the stone yard now, somewhere close to the tombs where he's mourning Maria. Tell him he's being hunted. The Haruspex is searching for him in order to kill him. I know you don't have much love for the bachelor, but he's one of the few allies I have left. I will need him alive tomorrow. Help me. Harrispex is in danger again. I wish I didn't have to ask you this of you, but I don't seem to have any other choice. He will die today unless you deliver a timely warning. There is no one else I can ask. The patrolmen lack intelligence, and the executors are cowardly and self-serving. He's somewhere by the works, I think, in the adjacent district. There is a large house surrounded by 3 smaller ones there. He is in either of the 4. Tell him he must leave immediately. I will give everything I have left if you help agree. Like, I don't actually need to do these. There's absolutely no benefit to me for doing these at this point. I'll get some money and some infection tablets. Like, I don't need any of that. But realistically, what else am I going to do with my time? How else am I going to spend my time at this point? Just wandering about? Nah. I actually don't really need what you're offering here. I guess I'll... Oh, I don't actually have any of the pocket watches anymore. Yeah, guess I'll just do that. Thanks. Should be fairly easy to find both of them though. Bachelor's over here. And Harrispex. This is the works, right? So he's in a big house surrounded by 4 smaller houses. I'm not seeing it. That's the Skinners, that's the Tanners, and I'm pretty certain this is the works. It's probably this greyed out area, isn't it? I don't see a big house surrounded by 4 smaller houses there, though. I guess I can just check all of them. Like, as I say, I've got little else to do with my time right now, so I might as well be doing as I'm told. Might as well be. Why's that woman running into some crates? Very strange behaviour. Very strange behaviour indeed. I assume the pathing doesn't actually update to include these barricades, so that once they spawn in, it just confuses all the NPCs. That's kind of funny. Little bit of wackiness for my day. Okay, so yeah, we want to go through that little alleyway, and it will be all the houses around there then. I really didn't see a big house surrounded by smaller houses though. I'm sure someone just made that up. I'm sure someone just invented that as a concept. Should be fairly easy to find though. I guess that looks like quite a big house, and these are smaller houses. That also looks like quite a big house. I don't know. Okay, let's just try some houses out. In fact, hang on, there's a knife man there, and I was just saying I need to fight more knife men. I was just saying I need my reputation back up. Let's do a hard 90-degree run there, and then... Don't want that guard that was walking up the path to get involved. Why? Why are you here, guard? Really just trying to make life difficult for me, aren't you? Leave. Don't know where that one came from. Oh, not this house at least. Try these two. Thankfully, both the districts I'm meant to be looking in today are very small, so won't take long to search them all. Okay. This one maybe? Took a second for the music to kick in then. Took a second, it was really thinking about it. We need to go round this way to actually get at the rest of the houses. Are these two included in the district? Probably not, but I'll check them anyway. They're right on the edge. feel like they should be, but they're on the same street. Really narrowing this down pretty rapidly here. That's a spicy one. Yeah, it's really just these four that we can get at down here now then. Maybe this house? Nope. Oh, we still can't get at that house. Not this one. Got good feelings about this one though. Nope. My good bad feelings were way off. How do we get to the... Where is the actual entrance to this building? Have I tried... Yeah, these are the back doors of the ones I just tried a second ago. I think we need to go right the way back round again. I'm working it out. If he's not in this one, then I don't know. I must have clearly misread the whole thing. Like, I'm pretty certain this is the works. Pretty certain that's what the factory area is called. I'm not wrong on that. It's the most difficult to access house that has ever existed. Door's got to be around here then, right? Yeah, okay. Yep, this is the one. Just do a real quick bit of that. Cool. Now I'm asking you very nicely to get stuck. Like that. Oh shit, he's moving. Let me pass. Do I have anything I can use to get health back? Yes. Back in. He'll be upstairs, won't he? For some reason I assumed he'd be where I left him, but that's not how this works. Come on. Come on. There you are. It's weird because they're such big targets, but they're so hard to hit half the time. The hitboxes are really dodgy. Whew. Did it. Cost me an entire med kit, which is a lot of money. Like, probably more than I'll get for the quest, but... fuck it. Fuck it. As I say, what else was I going to do with my time? Might as well give myself a little bit of gameplay to engage in before I finish up this playthrough. Ooh, to Irene. Thank you. Wasn't expecting to find anything actually worth looting in this place. There should still be a cupboard full of actual useful stuff somewhere there. Be right with you, mister. Oh, 3 money. I guess this is the actual useful cupboard. It wasn't very good, though. This one's not behaving like the others at all. He's here, isn't he? Keep walking past him when I come out there. Don't need to read all this. We've done it all before. There we go. I believe that was a little reputation boost as well, so that's nice. And now we just need to trek all the way across to the other end of town. Old exhaustion's getting a little bit high, but I think we can live with that. It's going to be the easiest way of getting there. There isn't one, is there? I'm going to have to go through some stink in order to get to where I want to be. Such is life, I suppose. Sometimes you get the pink, sometimes you get the stink. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So it's been snowing round here recently. It's been snowing round these parts. I guess it's officially December. We are in December, and it's heralding that by being absurdly cold and gracing us with snow. Definitely won't get a white Christmas. We never do, but you know, we'll have a white early December at least. And I've become very aware of the fact that I currently no longer own any decent walking boots. So when I take my dog out for a walk, it's like sliding on an ice rink. And he's fairly good. He doesn't pull too much on the lead or whatever, but you know, if he takes it upon himself to just give it a quick yank, then I'm like constantly nervous I'm going to have a proper old man fall, you know? Just fall on my arse embarrassingly in the middle of the street. Yeah, not a fun thing to look forward to. These are the perils of being in your 30s, man. When you're in your 20s, especially when you're in your teens, like you can have an old man fall and not even notice. I could break a hip at this point, you know. I'm fragile, man. Well past my prime. My bones are degenerating. Winter is suddenly nightmarish. Okay, I mean, 3,500. Small change at this point. Small change, don't care. Hopefully won't need that, but, you know, on the off chance that I do need to give myself a little health boost through the bachelor part of this this fight, then honestly the bachelor part is always the harder part anyway, so if I needed one on the Harrispecs, then I'll probably need one on the bachelor. Oh, shit. Did that clip me? I don't think that clipped me. I thought it did, but I think I got away scot-free that time. Hooray! Let's dance in the glow of our small victory. Okay, so the district in question is the same one we were looking for in the other day, right? Or possibly it was the Harrispecs we were looking for up here last time, but whatever. So it's the same area, which is just this small cluster of houses. I think this one's included. But it's not this one. Probably these two around here as well. Cool. Tick those boxes. It'll be these two in front of us, and then like 3 more, I think, over around by that clothes shop. Found it. Come on then, fucker. Ideal world, I kill this guy before the others find me. Missing hits is not going to help with that, though. Cool, reset. In fact, I'll save, because that went really well. The rest of them are presumably going to be upstairs. That's normally how this works. Another fancy lad and a guard. Here comes the fancy lad. Shit. Please stop missing. Shit. Okay, loading that one. Loading that one. We can do that a lot better. I know I'm being a bit more frivolous with my money and just buying my way back to full health, because what else am I going to spend 20 grand on at this point? But even so, I think I can play a little bit better there. Slightly less missed punches would be really cool. We've got sort of this whole area that we can back into, so I want to try and utilize that a little bit. or this way, but I don't think that's going to be quite as navigatable. You're not who I expected. Okay, well that wasn't particularly great either, was it? Oh. I mean, honestly, we take this. We take this happily. Call that a freebie. The game's penance for fucking me over so hard with these quests. They are really rough, like making you punch 3 guys to death in a small space, like 4 days in a row. As a character who can't use weapons. Okay, just gotta hand these in then, and then we'll probably wrap up there, I think, in preparation for the final day. It's gonna be exciting, isn't it? I don't know where I'm going. We want to head in this direction. I was just walking randomly there. Just left the house and just boldly set off in a direction. It's all about confidence, you know. You don't actually have to achieve what you're trying to do. You just have to look like you're achieving something. It's been my professional career so far, generally. Just pretend you know what you're doing, man. That's all you need to do. I know my reputation is a little bit low, but I'm not going to fight any of these knife men, I don't think. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think I need to right now. Gonna get a reputation boost for doing these quests, I imagine, so... Oh, yay! One last bandage. One last bandage. Maybe not one last bandage. We might get a couple more bandages yet, but it's not super likely at this point, honestly.
Mutiny has flashed in the army.
Thank you. I mean, that paid for the med kit and it gave me a couple extra little bonuses on top, so... Honestly, yeah, that covered it. I don't think I did get any reputation for that, actually, but never mind. Probably don't need that anymore at this point, either. Don't have to be too concerned about my reputation, because in a few short hours of gameplay... Of in-game time, I should say, not actual gameplay. Everyone is going to disappear off the streets anyway, so my reputation is going to be fairly irrelevant anyway. Just gotta get back to block now. It's just going to be going through a little bit of a risky area a little bit, I guess, but I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. So good. I actually thought that missed, to be honest, but just goes to show how skewy the hitboxes are in this game, actually. Goes to fully prove my point. You miss when you should hit, and you hit when you should miss. Never mind, eh? It's all part of the weird psychological nature of this game. It's intentional, I'm sure. Oh, fuck. Somehow I knew that guy was gonna... Let me in the door! Jesus Christ. Could very easily have died right there. The dude just got bored of lobbing Molotovs at the guy who was idly strolling past and turned to go for me instead. Straight up just acquired a new target in the middle of nothing. Completely unprovoked. Ah! That was a fucking full-on jump scare. Couldn't have avoided that one if I tried. And believe me, I didn't try. I didn't try even a little bit. Hello, block.
What?
5 grand and some medicine, sure. Thanks. Right, we head up to Yulia's again for our our final sleep of the day, maybe? Well, definitely our final sleep of the day. I don't know if it will actually take us past midnight or not, but I can't imagine we'll be going to sleep again in this playthrough, honestly. Unless maybe we need to skip time a bit in the final day because we just have nothing else to do. That's quite likely, actually. I immediately backtrack on my stance that this could be the final sleep of the playthrough. That was a silly thing to say, and I can only apologise profusely for my completely unguarded and uncharacteristic yammerings. Excuse me, just here to use your bed. I know I do that a lot, but it's a pretty cool bed, honestly. It's quite comfy, and you get these privacy screens and everything, like a big fan. Big fan. Okay, what do we need to do here, then? What do we need to do with our stats before we sleep? Anything? Sort immunity out in the morning after we've slept and got some health back, I think. We literally just chug, chug, maybe even triple chug. Oh, it's not like we need to save them for anything at this point. Get 5 hours, I think. I don't think 4 will fully cure exhaustion at this point. Maybe 4 would have been fine, but who cares at this point? There we go.
The day
Day
is
12.
over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theatre.
Looks good. All set for next time then. Right, hate how these are all just the same place. I like this bed a lot. Yeah, I'll see you for the next one, guys. I just waved. I don't know why I waved. No one can see the wave.